Congratulations! You've just been reincarnated as Jonathan the Tortoise, the world's oldest known land animal, born in the year 1832. Yep, that's right. You're 192 years old. Seychelles' giant tortoises have an average life expectancy of 150 years, but Jonathan is ahead of the curve. You've lived through 2 world wars, the rise of electricity, and the invention of the cell phone. And somehow, you're still living. You've seen it all. You started life tucked away inside a tiny egg, the size of a ping pong ball. No fancy birth in a hospital room, just a cozy little sandy nest on the island of St. Helena. Pretty simple. Your shell wasn't quite a full-on fortress at that point, just a soft little covering. But it was yours. Let's talk about the journey that lay ahead. After hatching, you had one job: dig your way to the surface. And let me tell you, it wasn't quick. It wasn't easy. You slowly clawed your way through the soil, digging for hours, maybe even days. By the time you poked your little head through the dirt, you were exhausted, but ready for the bright world above. And honestly, that was just the beginning. Welcome to life, Slowpoke. As a baby tortoise, your life was one big game of survival. You were tiny, you were vulnerable, and everyone in the animal kingdom basically saw you as a walking snack. Birds of prey? Check. Snakes? Yep. Even some of the bigger lizards. It was like you were living in a giant buffet. So, what did you do? You learned to stay still, really still. You perfected the art of playing possum before it was even a thing. When danger came near, you'd freeze up like a statue, blending into the landscape with your tiny shell. And it worked. Mostly. Sometimes you got lucky. Your food? Well, you had to forage. As a baby, you weren't picky. If it was green, you'd try it. Leaves, grass, even some pretty questionable plants that probably weren't meant for tortoises. Sometimes you ate dirt. But hey, we all have our weird cravings. Despite the odds stacked against you, you made it through. You didn't grow up fast. Tortoises are known for being slow in everything, even childhood. But eventually, you figured out the rhythm of life, which is basically eat, nap, repeat. By the time you were growing up a bit, you were fully entrenched in your tropical island life on St. Helena. This place was your paradise, sitting at the center of the South Atlantic Ocean. This volcanic island offered you a lush landscape of grasses, shrubs, and yes, the occasional tasty flower. It's a tiny island, so there wasn't much in terms of traffic. It was just you and the natural beauty of the place. Perfect. The temperature? Mild. The sun? Perfect for basking. And the best part? No predators. You didn't have to worry about anything swooping down to eat you. The only thing you had to dodge were the tourists, and frankly, you were getting really good at the art of ignoring them. You've got your routine. Stroll around, munch some greenery, find a sunny spot, and slowly inch your way to a nap. It's pretty great. Who needs big cities when you have all this? You may have thought you'd need to develop hunting skills, but you're Jonathan, the 192-year-old tortoise who spends his days munching grass on the perfectly trimmed lawns of Plantation House, the official residence of the governor of St. Helena. Every morning, you wake up and begin your epic quest to move 5 feet to the left. There it is, that lush, juicy patch of grass calling your name. The same grass as some British governor probably walked across with a cup of tea. Tourists whisper, cameras click. The governor's dog avoids you, probably because you once headbutted him by accident in 1986. But you just keep grazing. So next time someone talks about living the good life, remember, you've got a full belly, warm sunshine, and a historic mansion behind you. You don't remember the exact day you arrived, but the year was 1882, and you came in style, on a sailing ship. Just a wooden deck, salty wind, and a bunch of confused sailors wondering why they were transporting a living rock. When you landed on St. Helena, they took one look at your wrinkly face and massive shell and thought, yep, this one's special. You were brought straight to Plantation House, the official residence of the island's governor. You grew up slowly because, well, you're a tortoise. But during that time, you watched history stroll past. You weren't just a tortoise. You were the oldest resident. Probably the wisest, too. Let's take a moment to admire that impressive shell of yours. It's not just for protection. It's practically a fortress. Your shell is thick, tough, and covered in scratches and scars from your long life. Every dent, every mark tells a story. It's kind of like a map of your entire existence. And let's be real, it makes you look incredibly cool. Pros of your shell? It's indestructible. Good luck trying to break that. It keeps you safe. It provides shelter from the sun. And let's face it, it's pretty stylish in a hard shell, soft inside way. It's like your own personal armored vehicle, but much slower and significantly harder to park. Cons? Well, it's heavy. It's hard to scratch your back. And you're not exactly agile when it comes to climbing or navigating tricky terrain. But you make it work. You've been making it work for 192 years. When it comes to finding a mate, tortoises don't exactly have Tinder profiles. No, you're old school, head bobbing, sniffing, and a bit of courtship. When the time is right, you find your special someone and start the slow, tortoise-style wooing. This is a time of slow, careful courtship. Your potential mate will inspect you, sometimes grunting, sometimes just calmly staring. It's not the hottest romance, but it works. Once you've won her over, the female tortoise lays eggs in a secluded hole in the ground. Your job is basically done. She does the heavy lifting, and you return to your leisurely life. Parenting? Not really a tortoise thing. Once the eggs are laid, you're done. It's all on the little ones now. If they survive, great. If not, well, it's nature. You might see the babies hatch one day, but honestly, you're more interested in finding your next meal than checking in on them. That's just how things work in the tortoise world. They'll figure it out. Probably. Now, at 192 years old, you're basically a living legend. You've survived earthquakes, storms, and centuries of human history. You're a national treasure. People come from all over to take your picture and marvel at your incredible longevity. You've earned the title of the world's oldest tortoise, and with it comes the fame. You're basically a rock star in the animal kingdom. You don't move much anymore, but that's fine. You're comfortable, content, and proud of your ancient self. Still loading. You haven't died yet. One day, sure, it'll happen. But until then, you're the ultimate survivor. Living proof that sometimes doing absolutely nothing is the key to living forever.